What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Spark Talk. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment. And as you can tell, just by looking at the video, you see a bunch of Madden covers, and you see the tier listings. Best of all time, great, fun, uninspiring, bad, and worst of all time. And you're probably wondering what I'm doing and what I'm ranking. Well, it's not the games themselves. I've seen so many people rank the games and tier list them and do all that. I haven't seen a bunch of people, I don't think I've seen anybody tier list the covers, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong on that, but from what I could look up, I really haven't seen people rank or tier list the covers of Madden, and we're going to be doing that today. So the top tier, as you can tell right here, is best of all time. Then you have great, which is obviously great. Fun is stuff that is good, but it's not in that great tier. And best of all time, there's only one in this category. There's only going to be one in worst of all time, just to give you a little bit of heads up here. Uninspiring is stuff that just a little bit bland and bad. Obviously, is bad, and hopefully there's not many in here when I go through it, but I don't think there will be. And obviously, this is a subject that a lot of people are going to disagree on. So comment down below which one is your favorite, which one's your least favorite, and what I got wrong. It's it's fun to disagree on stuff. So let's try to keep it respectful in the comments while we're disagreeing and all that. But yeah, let's get into my tier ranking of the Madden covers, and we'll start off with the original John Madden Football, and obviously this one's going to go in the great tier. It's just the original here, and obviously you can see up here what it looks like, a little bit better view of it. It's just the original one. It's the original. You have John Madden popping up, and he has the football. He has the chalkboard behind him. He's breaking through it. It's iconic, and yeah, it's definitely going up in that great tier for sure. And then here's John Madden Football 2, and from what I could tell, this was only released on PC and all that, but I'm going to go in the fun category. A bunch of play designs and all of that, and it just has John Madden Football. It has a little two parentheses, but two Roman numerals there. So, and this one didn't pop up on there for some reason. It only went to the next one I'm going to do, which is John Madden Football 1991. And for me, this one's a little bit uninspiring. I just don't really care for it. If you kind of look over here, it kind of looks like a book. It really doesn't. It doesn't look like a video game cover, and it looks like something that kids read as like a history of the NFL book type of thing that you get in kindergarten or something like that. It's just very bland and all of that. It'd be a cool book cover, but to me, it's not a good game cover. So we're gonna move on here, and that's the first one in the kind of I would say I would rank it in the bad tier. So next up, we're going to move on to John Madden 92, and for me, this one right here, I think it has to go in fun. It's fun. It's fun. You have these players kind of matched up with each other and all that. You have him announcing, a little bit of different colors going on, a little bit more vibrant and all of that. And it's just a fun cover. It is a fun cover. It's older and all of that. I'm taking that into consideration as well. It's 1992, 1991 when this game's released. So yeah, it's not going to be as good as covers now, but for the time, it's a really good cover. I really like it. I think it's fun, and I think it fits the era of Madden football that is. So let's move on here to Madden 93, and we're going to scroll up here. And yeah, this one is another one that I'm going to put in the fun category because of the different fonts. If you kind of look down here, different fonts, different I guess the way they, well, I'm trying to say here, the way they put the text, and it's just different. It feels different. A little bit the same colors, but it's still a fun cover. So it's going to go behind 92, just because it kind of copied it a little bit, just kind of changed the bottom part there and all of that, and changed a little bit of the colors, but it's still a fun Madden cover to say the least. So we'll move up here to John Madden 94, and this one for me, this one's gonna go in the bad. I don't like this one. It's just boring. It's just white all around. It's the Bills in the background, and I think the Super Bowl, the Cowboys and Bills Super Bowl, and you see him announcing there. He's just like cut out and put in front of like a high view picture of the Super Bowl there, and it's to me it's just not good. I don't like it. I don't really care for it. So that's going to go. That's going to be my first one in the bad tier. So let's move on here to 95. And 95 for me, it's going to go in the bad tier as well. It's just bland, and I think this era of John Madden football is, I don't. It's just bland a little bit. Just the same. Just white covers. You have the 95 here, and it's just not a fun cover to look at. This is a little bit messy of a picture. I don't know where he's doing here. It kind of looks goofy a little bit to me. I don't know. It kind of looks like it just kind of looks like a live action person being in the middle of like a cartoon movie a little bit. That's what he looks like, and I just don't care for it. It's not a good cover to me. So we're gonna move on to Madden 96, and this one is going to be a little bit better. I'm going to put this one in uninspiring behind or in front of was that John Madden 91. And for me, why this gets a little bit better than the other ones, even though it's the same color scheme and all that, is I think this 96 looks a lot better with gray. And then obviously you have the two new teams. You have the Jaguars, you have the Panthers, and then you have, it's a little bit different here. We have him not just copy and pasted weirdly onto the thing. He's actually, there's a little bit of design going on with this, and a little bit better. It looks better with the eye. To me, it looks better from like an eye view almost. Where I don't know what I meant by that, but it looks better from a appealing view, I should say. It's just I don't know. It looks a lot better. So Madden 96 is or goes into the uninspiring, but it's not as bad as the other ones before it. So Madden 97, and this one I actually kind of like. It flows a lot better. This one's gonna go in the fun category, and this one's going to go right there in between Madden 92 and John Madden Football 2. And for me, why this stands out, and yes, it's still the white cover, is the Madden in the 97. I like the lighter black, navy bluish color to it. John actually looks like he fits on the page, and actually, I'm trying to think of the word here. He looks good there. He doesn't look like he's like filtered in or looks funky or anything. He looks like he belongs on the page. And then I like, I think that's Reggie White going up against the Colts there, and I like that being like a black and white, but also color seeing through as well, kind of like a faded color type of thing going on. I really enjoy that cover there. So that one's going to go into the fun tier. And then here we go, John Madden 98, and this one for me, this one is going to go in uninspiring, but the top of the list here. For me, like the last one, he fits a lot better on the page. I like the colors with the Madden and the 98, but there's nothing else to it. There is nothing else to it unless he wants wherever this blurry thing is behind him. It's just nothing else to it. It's not a good. To me, it's just uninspiring. I feel like they got lazy with it on Madden 98. So we move up to Madden 99, and this one's a fun one. It's a little bit nostalgia, a little bit. year I was born, but I've seen this cover a lot in my life, and I think it's a fun one. So this one's going to go on the top of the fun tier. This is a really good one. He fits on the page well. I like the new design here. It reminds me a lot of that CBS logo back in the early 2000s, and then I like the white Madden here in '99, and it's just not all white. You have the fill down here. It goes up to a little bit of blurriness. Then you have the white. Everything goes naturally with it, and it just looks so much better. It looks so much better than the other, what previously, however many, this has been like 8 or 9. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9 covers. This one, it's a good cover. It is a good cover. They got this one right. So let's move up here to John Madden 2000, and this one, I don't know if this is gonna be controversial or not. Like I said, or yeah, I think like I said, I haven't seen a lot of people do Madden covers before, so I don't know if this is gonna be a controversial opinion, but for me, this one goes in the bad tier. I just don't care for it, and it's gonna be the top of the bad tier. It's just I don't care for the blue, and it just looks gimmicky. You know what? I'm gonna move this up to the top of uninspiring. I'll do that actually because I didn't recognize this at first when I ranked it. But you have that beginning of like that early 2000s and PS2 era Madden covers with this little ring here and Madden 2000 have the EA. It kind of gives you that entryway into those PS2 Maddens and what people consider the best Madden covers of all time. So let's move up to, I think, our first Madden cover player, and that is Madden 2001 with Eddie George. This is just an iconic one for me, and Eddie, it's going to go up in the great tier for me. I love this. I love this cover. It's just everything flows well. You have his color scheme goes very nice with the Madden's color scheme and the Titans like darker blue here, and it's kind of like a mixture between that sky blue and that darker blue, and it goes very well. I like it. I like the little ring. It kind of reminds me of an intro going into like a football game on Sunday morning. So I like it a lot. It's a very good cover, and I think a very good first cover for a player. So we'll move up here to Madden 2002, and for me, I know this is an iconic one for a lot of people just because of what happened to Dante Culpepper after this game came out. But for me, this one's going to go into the. I'll put this one in the. I'll put this right here. Not in the great tier, but right here in the fun tier, right behind these two. And for me, it's just kind of the same stuff with the Eddie George, except the background's obviously a little bit different. You have the little ring here. Still got this circle thing going on from the last two Maddens. So yeah, it's a good cover. I really enjoyed it. It's an iconic cover for me, at least. It's an iconic cover, and obviously you got Dante Culpepper there as well. So I think it goes really nicely with the cover and all that. So his Vikings purple, and then it's just a really good cover. He looks like he belongs on the page, not like the older, or not like the other or older John Maddens, where John Madden looks like he doesn't belong there at all. So let's move up here to 2003, and this is Marshall Falk, and yeah, this one's a good one, but it's just a little bit uninspiring. It's just kind of bland almost. Like there's no coloring going into it. There's no background like there is with Dante Culpepper here. It's just they went back to that white formula, and it doesn't look well. I do like the circle a little bit better. It looks a little bit more stylized and all that. But for me, this one just hasn't really worked for me as well. It's going to go into the uninspiring, the top spot here. I think it's borderline fun on the bottom or in the back there, but it's just for me, it just like feels like a copy and paste with a lot of this other stuff, and it just doesn't flow well like Eddie's and Dante's does. So we'll move up to what people consider the greatest Madden of all time. It's the Michael Vick, and for me, the cover is the same thing. It is the same thing right here. And here just have a player, this little circle thing, and then you have the Madden. I like this Madden a little bit better. So I know I'm gonna put this. I'll just give you the ranking here. I'm gonna put this right here behind 2003, and this is not the game itself. All right, this is the cover ranking of the game. I know it's an iconic cover of the game, but when you're going through it, it's a little bit uninspiring. It really is. It's the same design for this, and honestly, I think Marshall Faulk's Madden right here, or the circle with the Madden 2003, is a lot better looking than this. And to me, that's just it. And I would agree that I think Michael Vick's pose is a little bit better, but besides that, it's just bland. It's just white with a circle, and it's just not fun. It's just not for me. It's not a fun cover and appeasing or appealing cover to look at. So we'll move on here to Ray Lewis, Madden 05, and the hit stick, the game that the hit stick came into. And this one for me, that's going to go into a great tier. That's going to go right there, top of great tier. This is one of my favorite covers of all time. I love the pose. I love the different background here. It's just not a half circle or circle anymore. Obviously, you still get this Madden 2005 thing going on. But for me, I just like seeing a defensive player on there. I love seeing a defensive player. It's one of the, I think the first Madden I really got into. I played this one on the GameCube a lot, which is pretty funny. So I really, really like this cover, and it just flows well. The colors with Ray Lewis with the black and purple with the Ravens, I really like it here. So we're going to move up to Madden 06 next, and this one's an iconic one for me. I really like it. I like the stadium in the background. This one's going to go, it's going to edge out Ray Lewis here in the great tier, and this is where my fondest memories of Madden are these three games, and I'll get the Madden 07 here in a second, but I love the stadium in the background. I love Dante Culpepper. It just fills up the whole page here. Obviously, you have a lot of white space up in here, but you don't have you have the Madden 06 here with the red 6. It's not all in that circle anymore. So you have the EA circle, you have the Madden, and then the red with the 06. It goes together very smoothly. I just like it a lot. It's a very good cover. It is a great cover. It's one of my favorites of all time. That's why I put it in the great tier. So yeah, we'll move up here to this one, and this one for me it's the best of all time. And this is just nostalgia for me. I know a lot of people may get upset with it, but for me, it's just you have the different colors. It's silver. You have this Madden thing that's a lot different. It's not just a white thing here. It's a different color. It's kind of like a clear visorish type of thing. They changed it up to a white Madden for I think the first time since Madden 99. The first time they changed it from like that black font or black color since Madden 2001. So let me scroll back up here. It just looks a lot more appealing. The Red 07 is one of my favorite things that they've done with it. And yeah, it just looks really good. It looks really, really good. It looks very smooth. It takes up the whole page. There's not a lot of empty space going on. It's a great cover. And I have a lot of nostalgia playing it when I was a kid and all that. So it's going to go best of all time just because of that. But I will say this. Just because of nostalgia here, I may put one that's really good up here. Just depends on if I like it or not. But we're going to move up here to this one. And this one is a little bit uninspiring to me. I love the Vince Young. It's an iconic look. It's just a copy and paste from Madden 07, but with a more bland background. I do love the football coming up over here, but besides that, it's just kind of bland for me. And it's going to go into the Ooh, it's going to go on right here on the uninspiring. It's just not as good. It's just plain white in the background, just nothing. Kind of blends in with the helmet here. It just doesn't. It's not a good look. If they would have kept it like this, then this one would have been on the fun. But it they kind of just copy and pasted everything and just posted him, and I think may have gotten lucky with the this not going over the Madden um, as much as it does, or not even, or just barely touching it. And I just for me, it's just kind of bland a little bit. So we'll move up here, and this one, I think it's the Wii one. I think because I don't remember. It could not be the Wii one. I could be mistaken, but I think I've only seen this part on the Wii. And for this one, we got the two different colors. We or two different covers. We got the Packers and we got the Jets. And for me, I like this cover a lot. It's a little bit different. They switched it up a little bit. I'm all for switching it up. You got the silverish background and all of that. They try to cover up some of the stuff with the Madden 20 symbol there. And yeah, it looks really good to me. To me, it looks really good. But I'm going to put this in the fun tier. I'm going to put this one more so in the back here. In the back here, right here. But the Jets one, just because I think this one was like Xbox exclusive and all of that. And I had PlayStation growing up, so this one's going to go a little bit up here just because I didn't see it every day and really haven't seen it a whole lot in my life, like in real life at all. So it's a fun thing when you get one of those rarities with the Brett Favre New York Jets logo or a Madden cover on it. It's pretty cool. So. And now we're going up to this one. A lot of people's favorites of all time. This one's just a great cover. You have them kind of like their colors fading. You have the red and black with the Cardinals. You have the black and gold with the Steelers. And you have the first ever two front and center Madden cover athletes. And I just love it. It's one of my favorite Maddens of all time. And it's just a great cover. It's absolutely phenomenal cover. And this one's going to go right there on top of great tier. It's just a fantastic cover. And what a fantastic Super Bowl that was. Everything going head to head. It's just a great cover. Everything about this is like the colors merging, them about to hit each other. It looks like I think this is one where they just got it completely right. It's one of their best they've ever done. 100%. And then here's this one. This one's one of my favorites too. I love the different font with the Madden here. They started switching it up. Here. They got a little bit different of a font here with the red, and then you got the red still, but it's different font. And then you're just filling up the page now. I like it. I like it a lot. You're filling up the page. You're filling up with the New Orleans gold and all that. I like the Saints. I like the Drew Brees cover a lot. And this one's going to go into the great tier behind the Ray Lewis there. So I love that one. It's one of my favorites. It's absolutely one of my favorites. It's just a great cover, and me and my brother had a lot of fun on the Xbox 360 with Madden 11, and just a fun game and a fun cover too. And black and gold always goes well together. So. It's you're never going to go wrong with it. So let's go into the fan vote one here, and this one's a fun one too. But for me, this one's going to go in the fun tier. I'll put this one in the fun tier, top of fun tier. For me, this is one of the ones that like you just starting to. You have the little color spatter here, color spatter a little bit going on these areas, and then this one's just more of it, but with Peyton Hillis on it, and I love everything about it. It's the same font as Madden 11. They can't get kind of lazy with it, so for me, it's a fun cover just because it's Peyton Hillis on it and the story behind it. But for me, it's a little bit more too much of a copy and paste with the uh, Drew Brees one, and Drew Brees one did it first, and those colors a little bit more appealing than brown and orange. But this one's still one of the still a really good cover, still a fun cover. That's why I put it, I think, what top of the fun tier. So we'll move on to this one, and this one, Calvin Johnson. This one's a solid one. It's fun. I think it could be better. So this one's going to go into. This one's one of those ones where like it's a fun. I may talk more negatively about it, but I do respect it, and I think it's a fun case. It really is. I do like how it fills up the page. Yeah, you have like a. I think you still have the same font here. Yeah, you still have the same font, just like with the outline or outline. Uh, is that what it is? Outline or I'm trying to think of what that word's called. If you know what the word is, comment down below. I'm completely blanking on. I was gonna say border, but borders around the. But yeah, I digress here. So like, yeah, it's a good cover. You have the Lions cover. You have the black and white in the background, and it looks really good. It's just it just doesn't pop. It doesn't pop like the other like some of these ones in here. It just doesn't have that popping to it, and yeah, it's a good cover. It's a good cover. It's not a great cover. So we'll move up here to Madden 25, and this one for me, I've always I've never been a big fan of it. I think it's a fun cover. I think it's a fun cover. That's why I'm putting it above 13 because I think it's better than 13. You know, it has a lot of similarities, but I don't think it's better than these up here. I really don't. I like the color swoosh here. Same font. Obviously, you have the Madden 25 here. Barry Sanders on the cover. The black and white, but it's just a copy and paste. But you made this font bigger, and you put the 25 below it. That's what happened. And you put obviously this stuff, but it's literally the same as Madden 13, except it's Madden 25, and they made the font bigger. That's why it's there. But because it's Madden 25, and because for me, it has Barry Sanders on the cover, it's going to go a little bit higher than 13. So this one's one of my favorite covers. I love this cover with Richard Sherman on it. I love the field. I love the background here. It fills up the whole page. Madden is a different font. Thankfully, this time you still got the red going on here, but it's a really good cover. It is a really, really good cover. Oh, you know what? I forgot about the PS4 here. The PS4 one, I like the PS4 better. I do. I do like the PS4 a little bit better. I love Adrian Peterson here. The different font here with Madden 25 and all that. So, or a different color there. So, I completely forgot I had that in there because I forgot they went from PS3 to PS4 there. But for me, I like the background a lot better. It just looks advanced technologically, and I know they want to do something with that with it jumped from PS3 to PS4. And for me, it just looks a lot smoother. I love the Adrian Peterson being huge on the page and all that. So just I don't know why I forgot it there, but I did. But this one, Richard Sherman, like I was talking about earlier, I love everything about it. The field, the stadium behind him, and all that. It's going to go. It's going to go right here, in between Ray Lewis and Donovan McNabb, Madden 05 and Madden 06. I think Madden 15's cover, it's just really good. It's a very smooth cover, and everything works with it. It just works. The shadows, the Madden font being different for the first time since Madden 11? I think since Madden 11, and yeah, it's just a really good, really fun cover. So we'll move up here to this one. I know a lot of people are going to like this one. This might be a controversial opinion here, but Madden 16, it's going to go on the top of the fun tier. It's not going to go in the great tier. For me, it's just a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of, obviously you got the catch, but it's not really that catch. It's just him doing a catch pose for the picture. And obviously you got Madden as a different color this year, which I like. You have 16. But for me, I just going and looking at it with, you have the Lions from 13 and 25, and then you have the year break, and then you have the similar colors with the Giants here. And for me, it's a fun cover. It is a fun cover. I wouldn't put it above any of these for me. That's just my opinion. I know a lot of people are going to disagree on that, but for me, it's just, if it was the actual catch itself, it would be probably great, top of great, or best of all time. But just because it's a posed catching picture, it for me it doesn't work as good as it should be. But it's still a fun cover. It's still a fun cover. I love the blue and silver. I love the Giants color scheme. I love the Lions color scheme. I love the color blue with about everything, and I think it goes with about everything. But this is one of those things that I think just came too close to the Lions ones, and it's just not as appealing as I feel like a lot of people think it is. And I think people remember this wrong, that it's not actually the catch picture, it's just him posing with the catch. So we'll move on here to this one, and this one's another one that I feel like there's a lot of stuff going on with it. And for me, that's why it is going to go in the. I want to put it in fun. I will put it in fun here. We're going to make this fun a little bit better. I'm going to put it. I'm going to put it right there above Madden 25. Actually, no, I'm going to put it behind 13 here. For me, it's just a lot of stuff going on. It's a fun cover. You have the Gronk spike and all that. And obviously, you got the Madden here, a little bit different font, I'm pretty sure. And we'll see the fans in the background. But I just feel like having the fans in the background, there's just a lot of stuff going on. The EA's covering up half his number and all of that. I think what makes this a fun one, if he's not doing the spike, this is going to go in uninspiring, for me at least. For me, it's going to go in uninspiring. But I think the spike really propels it forward and makes it into the fun tier. So we'll move up here to Tom Brady, and obviously we got two covers here. We got the original, and we got the GOAT here. So we'll do the original before we get into the GOAT one. So the original one's going to go in uninspiring. It's just kind of bland with the colors and all of that. We're going to put it behind Michael Vick. Just the Patriots colors in the back, the same font as Madden 17. And it's just him mean mugging or just staring into the camera. It's just nothing too spectacular about it. But this one's a great one. This one's going to go in that great tier. It's going to be in that last spot there. But this is a great one. You have the gold around him. You have him flexing, screaming. It just looks nice. My only issue with it, and you know what, I will put this. Actually, I'll put this right here in the fun tier. I'll move it down to the fun tier. So for me, like, it just kind of looking at it a little bit more, just the 12's covered up. Like, could you, like, it's just, I think, like, the Madden's, obviously you want the Madden on it, but it's like covering his number, and it's like kind of colliding with his number, and it's just not as good probably as what it should be. So therefore, Madden 18 is right here. And then now we have Madden 19. And obviously, this is where we start getting into, I can't speak, getting into these like GOAT and all these other additions and all that. So there's going to be probably two per the rest here. But this one right here, I think it's a fun cover. It's one of the most infamous, it's probably the most infamous Madden game of all time, but it's just a different background color. And it pops too. It's not like the Tom Brady with like the dark blue and navy blue. It's yellow. It pops. You have Antonio Brown with his holding his helmet, screaming, and it goes really well. I'm still not a big fan of the number thing here, but putting the EA in front of the number. But I think it's a fun cover. I think it's a very underrated cover here. So I'm going to go right there with Madden 19's cover, and then the TO1. TO1's absolutely one of my favorites. It's going to go right here. It's just you have TO, kind of a little bit of throwback with the silverness going on. Yeah, so here we go. This is what it looks like. It looks very clean. It looks so clean. I like it a lot. It's a really good. I'm trying to think, it's a really good cover. I really enjoy it. It's a great cover. So that is going to push it into that great tier. So we'll move up here to Madden 20, and yeah, Madden 20. I love this color. I love what they did with this one. This is the Superstar Edition one. This one's gonna go back of fun, or is it? Yeah, back of fun. I'm not with this. They try to make it like a different popping color, like orange instead of yellow this time. But for me, it just doesn't. It doesn't go well with the red and yellow. Um, Colors here. I know red and yellow make orange, obviously, but for me, it just doesn't work. I do like how they're filling up that space there, but for me, the colors don't work. I think that's what's throwing it off here. But this Superstar Edition, this is gonna go back of great, back of great. This is I love the colorness here. They kind of went back to that from like the Madden 12, Madden 11 era with the color splatter and all of that, but it just goes a lot better with everything. It's really good. I like the Superstar Edition here and the font and everything. It just goes well. It just goes very well with it. I quite enjoyed this Madden cover here. So we'll move up here, Madden 25, and there's a couple of different ones. We have the MVP edition. Cool. So which one is that? I'm blanking on which one this is. So this is the deluxe edition. That's what that is. So yeah, we have the deluxe one. We have the regular one. We'll put this on here real quick. And I'll do the regular one here. The regular one, I like it a lot. It's a fun one. I'm going to put it. Is it as good as the? I think it's up here with the Adrian Peterson one here. It kind of he fills up the whole page, kind of the Adrian Peterson, and it's a good Madden cover. It is. Is it as good? I like the stuff in the background here. I just think there's a lot going on with it for me. It's just a lot going on with it, and it's just I don't know. I think it could be better. I think it could be better, but I do like the stuff in the background with it. I just think there's a lot going on with it, so that's the reason that's not there, and then or not up a little bit more on the fun tier. The deluxe edition, I like it a little bit better. I like him tossing the football. This one's going to go probably right here. And I think the stuff in the background goes a little bit better than this. It's not like cutting half his body off and all that. Like you can see his head, you can see this. It's a little bit better, a little bit more smooth, feels a little bit nicer. And then we have the MVP edition. And this one's gonna go up in great tier. This one's just a great one. This one's right here for me. Just a black and white. Let's go right here, a little bit better image here. Black and white. The MVP in the goldish color here, and you the addition down here, and it just looks very clean. It looks really nice. It looks like a $100 Madden cover case. It does. It looks really good. So we'll move up here to Madden 22. Madden 22, you have the MVP edition here. You have the regular edition, and for me, I like the regular edition a lot. This one's really fun. This one's going to go. I'm going to put right here. I think it's the better Tom Brady one. So I like the regular addition to it. I think you have them pointing them up in the camera, very close to it. There's a lot of space, and it's just different. It is different from every other Madden cover just because it's two people, but it's not like them posted on like a artsy background. It's just the atmosphere around them in the picture. And then for this one, the MVP edition, same thing. Just them looking into the camera, but it just goes so well. It's just different. I think this could be a little bit better, a little bit more fleshed out, but I like how it's just real. It's real. They're outside, they're taking these pictures, and it's just real. It's fun. It's a real It's real, so it's gonna go up here like close to top of fun tier. It's a really, really good case. I like it a lot. Um, it's just fun. It's a fun case. It's a fun cover. It is a very fun cover. And so this on NFL Network was released after this, so they don't have the Josh Allen on there yet, but we do have Madden 23 on Madden Edition. There's like three different ones. You have the regular one. You have the there's the Bo Jackson one. Let me put this one up here. The Bo Jackson one, I think is gonna go right here. So yeah, you just have the Bo's nose cover, and it's a fun thing, but I just don't think it's as good as these other ones here. I may move back to right here. It's just kind of him standing up looking down. It's just Bo's nose on the bottom, and to me, it's not as fun as the other ones here on the list. So yeah, and then now we at Madden 23, and this one, just the iconic one. This one's going to go right here was great. Just the like standard edition, absolutely phenomenal. This is it's very similar to those old ones, and I'm trying to find it here. I'm gonna put this one right here behind the original. But for me, that one, just him raising his hand after winning the Super Bowl, everything just flows, and it's just a good celebration for John Madden and all of that. It's a fun cover. It is a very, very fun cover. And then you had the original throwback with the All Madden edition, and I just think they handled this very nicely, and it just looks very good. Is it as good as the original? No, but it's still great. It is an awesome, I think, uh, celebration of him and all that. It's a great cover there. And I will get to this worst of all time. It will be between these two, just to let y'all give y'all a little bit of heads up. You know what? I'm going to go worst of all time. I'm going with that one. I'll just do that already. It's just nothing in this for me works at all. Like I was talking about, mentioned it earlier. It's just he just looks very funky in the picture. It just looks weird. So we'll move on to Madden 24 here. And for me, I absolutely love these covers. I do. I absolutely love these covers. This is going to go for me. It's going to go in that great tier, and so is this one. I'll talk about them. I'll talk about them together here. For me, on that right here. For me, I love how he just takes up the whole thing. It doesn't collide with anything. It's over his helmet, and you can see the bills coming down, and it's just different. The EA is different. Everything is different about it. I like the 24 in this little area here. It's just a very nice photo and cover. And then obviously you got Bill's Mafia in the deluxe edition, and like this, it doesn't take up anything. It's just right at the top of the screen. You have him. You have fans. It's not hiding anything. It's not covering anything up. It's a very smooth cover for both of these. It's one for me. I think it's like that's why I'll put it up in great tier here. It's one of the best covers they've ever had. It is absolutely one of the best covers they've ever had. I absolutely love what they did this year in Madden 24. So yeah, this completes my tier ranking. So we got all these here. You can kind of look at them. You can screenshot them and all that. And yeah, I just want to say, thank you all for watching. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment. And yeah, if you want to see more videos like this of me just free flowing, doing tier rankings and tier lists and all of that, let me know what you want me to do, next and all of that, or if you want me to go back to just making the videos I've been making and all of that, which I have one I'm writing the script of, and I still need to record and edit and all of that, and that will be up next week. It should be up next week, and then I will get into two videos I really want to do after that. Yeah, so there's two videos I want to do before the season get started and all of that. And I may hold back on this other video. Just depends on how everything shakes out and how I want everything to shake out and how fast I can get stuff done. But the other one, the video that I planned on for this week, just taking a little bit. Got a new job and all that, and it's a great job. It's something I've been really wanting, and It's obviously first week of the job. There's a lot of stuff going on with it, so just haven't had time to get up on YouTube and all that. And so yeah, it's just been a really crazy week, but a fun crazy week to say the least. So it's been a very fun week, and all that, and just excited to get back here on YouTube and all that. And yeah, so make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Be respectful in the comments too. I'm always open to criticism, and I'm always open to discussions and disagreements. Just always be respectful in the comments as well. So I appreciate y'all, and I will see y'all in the next episode.